Alex Jones is a garbage conspiracy theorist.
Welcome back to Moose on the Loose. My name's David. Today we've got a clip of Justin Trudeau absolutely blowing a gasket and just unleashing his rage at this photo op where he's given $60 million of our dollars to a semiconductor company. They've got the VP of IBM there. Let's jump into it.
Alison Northcott with CBC. There's a video being shared online where you can see an OPP officer telling protesters, one wearing an F. Trudeau hat, which gate you entered at the Alliston event yesterday. Do you consider this a breach of duty, and is it being investigated?
As you well know, I won't comment on operational or security matters. I think it's important to emphasize and understand that the right to protest is really important. In a democracy, your freedom to disagree with the government is something we perhaps take for granted here in Canada, but that they cannot take for granted in far too many places around the world. The ability to throw out insults at the person of the Prime Minister is something that is protected here in Canada and is really important for people to be able to express themselves. That's really key. At the same time, however, politicians need to be very, very careful that they don't feed into divisions amongst Canadians, polarizations, or conspiracy theories. And I've been thinking about this in regards to Pierre Poilievre.
Here it
Anyone who wants to be Prime Minister of this country needs to be clear with Canadians about whose votes he wants and who he stands with. If Pierre Poilievre wanted to be a responsible leader, I'll even give him the words.
Oh, great.
This is what he should say.
Tell us, Trudeau.
I reject categorically the endorsement and the support of Diagolon and of Alex Jones.
Oh, there it is.
Because Diagolon is a violent white nationalist organization, and Alex Jones is a garbage conspiracy theorist. That's all Pierre Poilievre would have to say. But he won't say it.
Easy,
and that
Trudeau.
tells you about the kinds of choices he's making as a leader.
Look at that fake smile at the end. He just had to like...
I had a question as well.
So we jump back a few seconds here. Just look at his temper. It's about to bust out. He's losing control.
And Alex Jones is a garbage conspiracy theorist. That's all Pierre Poilievre would have to say.
Right
won't
here.
Say it. But he won't say it.
That really bothers him. The fact that he won't say anything regarding Alex Jones. He wants his little audio clip so he can put it on his Twitter account or whatever, use it in his marketing. It bothers him. It bothers him so badly. Look at this guy. It's just, it's in his bones. And then look, when they ask him afterwards, they said, oh, we got questions. He's noticeably shook. He doesn't want to answer any more questions because he's got now adrenaline pumping through his body and he's not really thinking straight. Just look.
And that tells you about the kinds of choices he's making as a leader.
See, fake smile. He's like, oh yeah, let's go back to Prime Minister mode. And you can see he's stepping back in a way. He's like, I don't want to engage in this anymore. Because his rage is up.
I had a question as well.
He's leading away, he's awkward. He's like, oh yeah, I got to Prime Minister this up. Okay, let's go back. And he's back into it. But you could see that just his natural instinct was wanting to get away from the situation because he feels threatened by Pierre Poilievre. With thinking about him and bringing that up, his initial reaction was to back away. You can do all the training you want, but your natural instincts always come out, Trudeau. We also got a second clip here where Stephen Gilo, you remember a couple days ago he was heckled on the street by Ezra Levant from Rebel News? Well, Gilo has been dodging them, and I don't know if he's changing the address of where they're meeting or whatever, but he's trying to get Rebel News away from him, and he gets called out on it. Here's the clip. He's just been doing a bit of a talk on the Global Plastics Treaty conference that he just held.
Mr. Guilbeault, I just want to clarify something. Ever since myself and Ezra Levant asked you a question earlier this week outside of the summit, our team had our media accreditation removed until we issue a legal demand letter in response. Today, for us to get inside this conference, I was lied about this conference to be postponed and to be changed, and nobody had get back to me. It was hard to get here. So how come the United Nations and yourself are not for press freedom? Our question is too hard?
I think I heard your colleague, Mr. Levant, thank the United Nations the other day in the press conference for taking his question. Obviously, Canada does not issue accreditation for media or for participant. This is a United Nations forum, but your colleague thanked the United Nations the other day.
Yeah, but how come your media relation actually lied to me and actually tell me that that was not happening anymore and that was
He was so desperate to go over to another question. It's so sad, man.
postponed for this afternoon?
I have worked with my colleague for 4 years, and she's never lied. So I'm sorry, but I profoundly disagree with the characterization of your question.
What do you think is the biggest point between now and actually?
That's a clip there. He doesn't want to have anything to do with Rebel News. He's scared of them. If you didn't watch that video, Ezra from Rebel News followed him on the street and heckled him about why he tried to sue him, why he blocked him on Twitter, why he cost the taxpayers $20,000. He was ordered by the court to pay $20,000, but he used our money to pay, not his own money. But even though he was claiming his personal Twitter account, he cost taxpayers $250,000 in lawyer fees in that lawsuit. And then he was also asked about China, why he sits on a board there, and why he doesn't ask, why he doesn't criticize China about their pollution. So obviously there's some serious beef there. Guilbeault is terrified of Rebel News, to put it bluntly. So I've got some exciting news here coming from the local polling here in British Columbia. Check this out. So the NDP are now tied with the Conservatives. The Conservatives, I think, were back about 6 points on the last time I looked at this, which was about, 2 weeks ago. So they're really making up steam here, and they're just about to pass them. So you can see here, NDP has dropped 10 points. Conservatives are up 36. The BCU, which is the Liberals, the BC United, they're trying to rebrand themselves away from the Liberals. They're minus 19, Green are minus 9. There you have it, folks. Neck and neck. They're about to pass them. You can see here, this guy, Leanne, said that Main Street site shows Conservatives in BC are at 38.9 and NDP are at 36. So this shows them up like almost 2.5%. BC is waking up. Yep, it's happening, people. Nice to see this swing. Maybe BC won't be screwed up in the future after all. Yeah, that's, this sums it up. Look at this. Hotels for the rich, tents for the middle class. Let me know down below if that excites you guys. It excites me because I'm out here in BC. We need a change out here big time. That wraps up these juicy nuggets here that have just popped up here today. Be sure to subscribe. I'll keep bringing you guys the news. We'll keep fighting for freedom. I'll see you guys in the next one.